Hey, welcome back to another episode of Soulful Sundays with Madge. If you are new to this channel, my name is Madge. I want to thank you all for supporting the channel. And we will discuss on my channel challenges that come up at different times in our life and how our perspective can be a great tool and resource in helping us to navigate our way through. And as always, if you like what you're receiving, feel free to hit that like button. You can leave a comment below, ring the bell to subscribe to the channel. This way, each week when I upload, you will receive notification, and you can always email me at askmadge18@gmail.com with any questions you have. And my dog, Chance, is nearby, so you may hear snoring. So if you hear the snores, my dog, that's my dog, Chance. So anyways, we're gonna get into this week's topic, which is staying present. So I don't know if you've ever heard where people say, you gotta stay present. Sometimes we spend so much of our lives wishing it away or waiting it away. Like, I can't wait until this future event happens and I'm gonna, be so thankful and so happy. I actually heard someone talking about it in a way where she was like, it's almost like you're at work and you are wishing you're on a vacation, or you're on a vacation and you're thinking about the emails that you're getting at work. But it's just really just being focused on the task at hand and where you currently are, and putting all your thoughts and your cares into that very moment. Now, I've heard people say this and the importance of it, and I'm going to be honest with you, for many years of my life, I really had no real concept of truly what it meant to stay present or the value in being present. It wasn't until one day I decided, I think I was reading The Power of Now, and I cannot remember the author, and even if I tried to say the name, I would mess it up, but I'm just not going to go there. But The Power of Now, I'm pretty certain it was The Power of Now, where he talked about becoming a gatekeeper of your mind. And I remember being like, I was blown away because I had started doing the practicing of being present. And what I did was, I first just decided to just listen to the thoughts that I had. Not to judge, but just to understand where my mind would go. And what I can tell you is that I could have a pretty wild mind. And my mind would tell me things, and it would tell me things that I need to worry about, like 3 months from now. But what I noticed when I started to observe my mind, become a gatekeeper of my mind, is that my, the way I would feel in the present moment, my mood would start to change. So if I was thinking about something that a person could do in the future, like, can I trust this person? What if this person does something in the future? What I would notice is that my present moment mood would change to a very unhappy mood or angry mood. And what I realized, or if I was thinking of something that could make me sad, what I would notice is that in my present moment, I would start to become very sad. So the cool thing was that I was like, wow, this is interesting, because what I was able to really recognize was that there was probably so many times in my past that I allowed my mind to go to places and didn't even realize that it was actually affecting my current state of mind. And when it was affecting my current state of mind, what do we oftentimes do? We react, we speak out, we say and we do things based off what we're thinking, and what we're thinking creates a feeling. And whatever we feel will create a decision, and that very decision is gonna create a result in our life. I think her name is Brooke Castillo. She's a part of the Life Coach School. Look her up too. But I want to say she talks about this. But what I came to realize was that there was a lot of conditions in my life that I had influenced based off something that I thought, which created a feeling, and then I decided to do some sort of an action based off what I felt. So when I became the gatekeeper of my mind, what I started to do was, when I would notice that I was thinking something, I would say, Madge, that's a thought of something that could happen 2 weeks from now. Reel it back. Come back to today. Like, why are you even thinking about 2 weeks from today and what might happen 2 weeks from today? Because you're creating in your mind, and actually, depending on what we're thinking, we could be creating something, an experience 2 weeks from the current moment that we don't even want to happen. We don't even want to experience it, but we're thinking about it. We're meditating about it. And sure enough, eventually we're gonna have some thoughts that are gonna create a feeling, and then we're gonna decide based off that feeling. And depending on what we're feeling and what those thoughts are, it's gonna lead us somewhere. So we really wanna get to a point where we become gatekeepers of our minds and we're staying very present. So I really wanna give y'all an example of this. So last week we were talking about overwhelmed. And when I tell you I was overwhelmed, I only gave you guys parts of a story, very lightweight. I basically had something happen with my car. So we're talking about potentially thousands of dollars, and a family matter that's going on. And I am gonna have to go back to courts for a certain reason that's nothing like I'm a criminal or anything like that, but it's just a family matter or something like that. Very whatever. But the point is, when everything happened in the moment, I became like, okay, overwhelmed. I felt like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And in that very moment, what I realized is I could feel so many emotions coming up. And I listened to myself think about how I was feeling or what my thoughts were. But because I had started practicing becoming more present and just listening and respecting what was going on in my mind, I was able to redirect my thoughts to say, okay, you're gonna have to deal with this no matter what. We're talking about a bunch of money. The how it's gonna happen, detach yourself. You're gonna deal with it. It's gonna get taken care of. How it's gonna get taken care of, I don't know. But I had to ask myself, do you need to worry about it today? No. Do you need to worry about how you're gonna pay for it today? No. What do you need to do today? Okay, maybe you might need to make some phone calls, okay? Maybe you might need to make some phone calls, or maybe you just need to focus today on today. Keep your mind focused on, before anything came up, I had a plan for the day. So before anything comes up in your life, hopefully you had a plan for your day. So just because something comes up and it shakes your day, it does not necessarily mean we have to deal with it today. So sometimes we have to start redirecting what's coming up in our day to say, okay, I understand it's here, but what do I need to focus on in this moment? Where does my mind need to be in this moment? How can I take care of today in this moment? And it brings me to, which I am going to look down briefly, but it brings me to a verse, y'all. And let me tell you something. If you don't believe me, start reading your Bible. I'm telling you, it really will start speaking life into real situations. The Bible is not a thing of the past. It's a thing of the present. It's a thing of a future. It is in the now. But I literally started speaking to myself, Matthew chapter 6, verse 34. Therefore, do not worry about today. Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. So what I'm saying and what I get from that is that if we start thinking about everything that's coming up against us, it's gonna take away from what we need to truly focus on in the now, in the present. So What I had to do was say, what do I need to focus today? So these are the questions we have to ask ourselves. Where does our mind need to currently be? Where do we need to put and place our energy into now? Let tomorrow take care of itself. So I focused my energy there. And I detached from the outcome. What I knew was that I declared a way will be made. A way has to be made. I have just become, I'm getting to a place, and don't get me wrong, it's not easy. Nothing is easy at first when you're practicing a new way to think and go about life. And by no means do I get it right. I probably get it wrong a lot. But the most important piece is when you realize that you're getting it wrong. Because for a lot of my life, I did not know why I was doing what I was doing. I was just doing. So it's very reassuring now when you get to a place where you could be like, you know what, Madge? We're not going to think like that. We're not going to go about it like that. But I say all this to say that I just declared, if it's a part of me, a way will be made. I live in a wonderful universe. There is an abundance of ways that everything could get worked out for me. Just because I don't see it in my current situation doesn't mean that it's not possible. Doesn't mean that it's not there. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to trust that if I have encountered it, it means I have the capacity to handle it. So I'm going to stay present. I'm going to stay present. I won't be shaken. I will be scared sometimes. I will have to say, God, help me in my unbelief a lot of times, because it's very hard sometimes to really believe in things that you don't see. I'm going to just be honest, that we don't see in our lives, but we're going to believe in it, but it's possible. So I believed a way would be made, y'all. And a way has been made. A way has been made. And maybe the way that was made was not the way in which I saw it, was maybe not the most desirable way, but it was made. And I'm going to be thankful for that, because it could have went so many different ways. It could have been so many different outcomes, but it was the outcome that I'm going to be thankful for. And it's working itself out. And guess what, y'all? I didn't worry about it. I kept doing what I needed to do. And every day that I have planned out, if I could show y'all my agenda, I have every hour carved out. But anyways, I still had to be productive. I still have to keep going. So what I am really encouraging you to do is to start becoming a gatekeeper of your mind, and just start to listen to the thoughts that you have and the way in which you think. And it will really start to help you when things come up against you, or undesirable situations that come up that wants to create a feeling on you, within you. It's actually going, when you become a gatekeeper of your mind, it will actually help you and become very beneficial in your life, that when you're feeling a certain kind of way, you're going to begin to be able to redirect those feelings and say, you know what, not today. I'm not going to feel like that today, or I'm not going to think like that today. And you'll start to declare different outcomes. You'll start to believe, like, if there is a possibility that this can go just a slightly different way, I'm going to hold on to that belief system. So I truly have enjoyed learning how to become more present in my life and appreciate today. And I say this all the time. What I'm really noticing is that when we live for the day, we realize that we truly do have a lot to be thankful for. And more importantly, what I learned when I live for the day is I appreciate the day. And I constantly am asking myself, what am I doing today that is going to be beneficial? And sometimes you might think, well, if you live for the day, how do you predict the future? How do you make sure that you are your version of success a year from now? Well, I say, if you take care of every single day, and you nurture every single day and you're present in every moment of every day, it will take care of a year from now, because you will be repeating every single day a level of intention and ensuring that the next day is profitable, because you've placed so much into the day that you're currently in. I literally have this new saying where I'm like, today is my greatest day. And it is. I have today. It's my greatest day. What am I going to do today in my greatest day? How am I going to show up today for my greatest day? And so I just encourage you to really start thinking about that. Think about the results that you have in your life, your current circumstance, and then backtrack it and just say to yourself, you know, like, what were the thoughts that I had that created a feeling, an emotion that led me to make a decision that has me right where I'm at currently. And whether we like it or not, we created it. So the way we created circumstances and situations that we may or may not like, we can recreate situations that we do want. So, and it all begins with being present and showing up for yourself every single day. And I am learning how to do that. And I am encouraging you to also learn how to show up for yourself every single day. By no means does it get easy. In fact, sometimes I think it gets harder because you're more present and you're more aware of areas that you can improve upon, and you know, constantly working to be your best. But I can tell you, I have found more joy being present and showing up for myself every day than I ever did when I was just living life very aimlessly, and I was just waking up and I was just going about the day however the day saw for the day to go. But now I'm like, no, I'm going to say how my day is going to go. I'm going to be present in my day. I'm going to be purposeful in my day. And I'm going to show up for myself every single day. So I thank you so much. And in fact, what I'm leaving us with today is Matthew chapter 6, verse 34. So I just encourage you, and I will reread it. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. So I thank you again for tuning in with me this week, and I want you all to take care and stay blessed. Bye.